Welcome to another video in my Memory Unlocked series. Memory Unlocked is my series where I look at moments in the games that I've played that have left a mark on me. The vast majority of these will be story moments from the various games I've played. So far, I've mainly looked at moments from two games, the first Final Fantasy and 2064 read-only memories. In my last video in the series, I finished the memories from Final Fantasy, and in this video, I'm going to share my last moment from 2064 read-only memories. After this, I'll probably be rotating through 3 different games at a time, so be on the lookout for memories from some different games in the future. Oftentimes at the end of video games, there's a boss to fight and defeat in order to save the day and wrap up the story. 2064 read-only memories ends with a bit of a different struggle. You could view the cat and mouse game with Decker as the final boss encounter, I suppose, but the story doesn't end with this. The final task is for Turing to attempt to override the AI Big Blue with their source code. This will allow all AIs to become sentient like Turing is, be able to make real decisions and have real personalities, not just artificial constructs. While this is the plan, due to the damage that Turing took in the encounter with Decker, this task is a harrowing experience. With the combination of music, voice acting, and script, it turns an experience that should be triumphant into a serious question of how is everything going to turn out. In some ways, this is a real question, as how things turn out for the ending is based on how you treated Turing and if you succeeded in getting Turing's source code. There are ultimately 4 different endings possible in the game, which isn't a lot, but enough to get some very different results at the end. However, what I'm talking about here isn't really how things turn out. It's not the endings in themselves, but simply witnessing the struggle that Turing is going through to fulfill this task. There is the somber music that becomes discordant at times as Turing is facing his worst moments. Turing also swings between being lucid and him randomly spouting facts from digits of pi, information about Bob Ross, and even just repeated pleas for help. These factors all create an emotionally moving moment that I found a little tough to get through in some ways. If you're like me, you grow quite attached to your little robot companion. By this point, you've been through quite a bit together. So to see him suffer so much to accomplish this final goal isn't a pleasant experience. While it's not pleasant, there is a sense of how well done this moment is in order to make you feel quite as uncomfortable as it makes you. That it was able to make the experience feel like it had real consequences and emotional heft is what makes moments like these memorable. The end has to be fought for, even in a game where there is very limited combat. It's a powerful moment, and that's why it's on my list of moments from games that have left an impact on me. You'd think that most endings of games would make it, but that's not always the case. Some endings or lead up to endings can fall a bit flat or seem a bit anticlimactic. Which, being fair, one of the endings you can get for the game does feel that way and doesn't include this struggle for Turing, but with multiple endings, that doesn't bother me too much. With this moment talked about, I will be moving on from 2064 read-only memories. Even though it maybe wasn't my absolute favorite game out there, it was still a game that had a number of memorable moments for me and that I think of positively overall. The next Memory Unlocked will be focused on a new game, so be on the lookout for that if you enjoyed this series. That's all for this video though, so I'll see you next time.